Let me say something controversial real quick. Looks are currency, and women who understand this don't struggle, they leverage. Most women are told, just be yourself, money doesn't matter, love will find you. But notice how the women who live in luxury, travel freely, don't stress about bills, and always seem to be taken care of, they didn't get there by accident. They looks match their life, right? Today I'm breaking down what Looksmaxxing actually is, why it's not shallow, it's strategic, and how women are quietly using it to access money, resources, and opportunities. So if you're ready to upgrade your life, not just your face, keep watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe at the end and leave a comment on how you feel about Looksmaxxing and if this video has helped you. And if you're new here, drop a blue heart in the chat so that I can properly greet you to the channel. Well, a lot of people have Looksmaxxing confused. Looksmaxxing is not competing with other women. It's not becoming someone you're not or chasing male validation. Looksmaxxing is optimizing your appearance to reflect your highest value, matching the outside with the future life that you desire to live, using your beauty as a tool, not your identity. Most men, and all men, they invest where they see value. The world rewards what looks polished, rare, and intentional. And women who understand this stop struggling unnecessarily. People are going to say that this is a shallow mindset. And they're going to say that women shouldn't be totally concerned with their looks. But you have to look at the world. Most people judge you based on your appearance before you even open up your mouth. Most people will see you dress well, very polished, very put together, and they'll automatically deem you as trustworthy or someone of value. And notice how you get treated differently when you're dressed very classy and you're put up versus when you're walking around with maybe like some sweatpants and a plain shirt on, Crocs, scarf, or bonnet, doing your just errands, going to the gas station, Walmart, Target, etc. You don't really get treated the same. I'm not saying that you're going to get treated bad, but most people probably aren't going to pay attention to you, or they're not going to give you much respect, or their eyes aren't going to be glued to you. Versus when you're dressed up and you're having a girls' night or you're going out on a dinner date, how people treat you, they treat you totally different. The truth is, pretty women get more opportunities, more generosity, more grace, more access, not because the world is fair, but because it's visual. Studies show that attractive women earn more, are perceived as smarter, get hired faster, and receive better treatment. So this isn't about ego. It's about playing the game with your eyes open. You can either moralize reality or benefit from it. Attention isn't cheap. Leverage is wealth. Looksmaxxing creates high-quality social circles, provider-level men, brand and influencer opportunities, and soft life access. Women who look put together get invited to rooms where money already exists. Luxury is social before it's financial. You don't chase money. You position yourself where money is comfortable spending on you. A lot of women desire to date provider level men and men that are in higher social circles, and that's totally natural because as a woman we are wired to go after the man that can provide the most and can take care of us the most, because we have to think of things like if we were have children with this man, if we're going to trust this man to be our leader, and we're going to be under his guidance, and we're going to be submitting to this man, and we're going to be trusting this man to protect us and to protect our family. We want to go with the man that has the highest social status, the highest level of income and resources. We want to go with the man that has the ability to take care of us. And when we want to attract these provider level men, we want to attract them by looking basic. You're just not. You have to make sure that you keep yourself polished and you keep yourself up. And you want to make sure that you speak well and you dress well, because this man, he's going to be looking at you as a representation of him, especially when he's going out into certain social circles, when he's going to meetings, etc. And so women, they need to prioritize the way that they look. And the way that you look, and the more effort and the more that you put into yourself, you will see that this is literally the answer to living a soft life. And one of the physical requirements of the 5 pillars of feminine looksmaxxing, is clear skin, a healthy body, grooming consistency, and signature look. So, in order to take care of ourselves and get clear skin, we also have to make sure that we're dieting well. Make sure that you're eating foods that aren't going to make you gain a lot of weight or going to make you break out. It's time to start getting into some skin routine, ladies. Look up some skin routines on YouTube, or you can take a picture out of Pinterest. You can look on Pinterest and go to your Pinterest boards and make sure you prioritize your skincare, because I always tell women to make sure that they get into makeup, learn how to do your makeup, and learn how to look polished. However, it also is important that you work on your skincare as well. So when you take your makeup off, we don't want it to be like a jump scare or your skin isn't clear on its own. You want your makeup to enhance your beauty, not hide your beauty. And that's the goal. Like, you don't want to pile it on too much. You still want to keep it classy and polished, but you want to also make sure that your skin is clear. And having a healthy body, a part of that is in the food that you eat. Get a gym membership. A lot of women are saying, well, I don't have time to go to the gym. If you have time to be on Instagram, or you have time to be on social media taking pictures, or you have time to go out with your friends, you can make time for at least a few hours at a gym per week, 1 or 2 days. You don't have to stay there long, an hour or two. Some people have even made it as though when they're at work, when they go on break, they go to the gym, whether it's 30 minutes to an hour, just long as you're in there getting in that fitness to make sure that your body stays healthy, because you also can benefit from thin privilege. Thin privilege and skinny privilege is a real thing, and being fit and slim is a social status. I could get into that maybe within a later video, but when you're slim, you get treated differently, and you get more men of high value that more are attracted to you. And when you are not taking care of yourself, and let's say you're allowing yourself to be obese, or you're allowing yourself to fall into those big bad categories, that's okay, but you have to make sure that you get yourself up out of there, because you're not going to attract provider level men. You're not going to attract great job opportunities. A lot of people will discriminate against you, and people will treat you wrong, right? And I know that's like the harsh truth that women don't want to hear, but thin privilege, skinny privilege, fit privilege is a real thing. And you also want to do it for yourself, not just for male validation or to get attention from other people, but because you care about yourself. And when you're overweight, you don't care about yourself. You're not caring about how your body is. You're letting yourself go. A lot of times that can lead to depression. So we want to make sure that we do that. We want also make sure that we're keeping up with grooming. That means shaving weekly. Make sure you're shaving weekly. Even if you have to, do your nails at home, make sure your nails are done. When you feel good and you look good. And when you look good, you feel good. It's hand in hand, ladies. And your style is a status. Your clothes should whisper, she's expensive to maintain. Neutral tones, tailored fits, clean silhouettes. No logos needed. Energy does the talking. You can look at a woman based on how she dressed, and you can be literally a woman that eliminates dust from coming to her. And you eliminate dusties from coming to you because if you're dressed well and you're put together and men are seeing, okay, this woman has put a lot into her looks. She's, dressed very nice. She has her makeup up. She's classy. Even if you don't have it all going on, even if your bank account isn't where it needs to be, but you're dressed that well, dusties won't even approach you. A lot of times when you guys are getting approached by dusties, think about what kind of outfits you have on. Think about the clothes that you're wearing. Most dusties are following the Instagram models that are twerking all over the place or showing less clothes or, that are, essentially being like the sexy reds of Instagram. And then when you have, a woman like Lori Harvey, regardless of, the things that she's done within her relationships, but just seeing based off that aesthetic, when they're seeing her out or they're seeing a woman that dressed like that out, they know that that's automatically dust repellent, that they cannot obtain or maintain that kind of woman because she is out of their league. You want to look outside of their league, and men will tell you that they can look at a woman and they can tell how expensive she is based on how she carries herself and what she wears. Now, looks without softness equal intimidation. So soft voice, calm body language, graceful reaction. Social intelligence. You need to know when to speak, ladies, when to let a man lead and when to receive without gift. And when you speak, you want to make sure that you speak when you have something important to say, you let others finish, and you learn how to listen, and you become a better speaker. A lot of women, when they speak, they like to just blabber and ramble, and you're going into telling most people or people overall things that they don't need to know, giving them information that they don't need to know. And a lot of times, a lot of women, they struggle with just trauma dumping. You're trauma dumping all over dates. You're at interviews, job interviews. You're telling them about, what you're struggling with at home. You're telling them about that you're going to divorce. You're doing all that. And yeah, people may listen to you, but at the end of the day, most people don't care. They're judging and are getting annoyed with you. So as a lady, you have to learn when to speak, right? Learn when to address certain issues. And when you speak, make sure you say things of intelligence. And the more that you listen, the better conversationalist that you become, because you get more information out of the conversation. And when people describe themselves or they talk about themselves to you, they bond with you more. They feel like you're more trustworthy because they've shared some personal information with you, and they deem you as someone who is caring when you're listening versus when you're rambling, you're over talking about yourself. A lot of times you ladies are talking yourselves out of opportunities that could help you grow and social climb. A lot of times women don't take care of their digital presence. So your Instagram, your TikTok, or your YouTube, it is your portfolio. You don't post for likes, you post for perception. A lot of women nowadays, you guys want to be content creators, and I totally get it. And there is a way to be a content creator without looking like you're selling OF, or looking like you're selling something and something is for sale. And most women, you guys know what I mean when I say that. So when you're posting online, make sure that you're posting things of value and you're posting yourself in a way that you want to be treated and perceived. Because when you're out here in the world, even when you're dealing with careers or you're dealing with jobs, people are now checking your social medias. And when you apply to a lot of these jobs on Indeed and ZipRecruiter, etc., if you're not already an entrepreneur yourself and you're still in a 9-to-5, like most people, they are checking your social media. And if you look more polished, right, if you maximize your looks, people will more than likely give you a job because they see how you present and represent yourself versus if you're carrying yourself in a trashy way. Now, women turn beauty into money. Now, let's be clear. This isn't about escorting or dependency, but women monetize beauty through high-value relationships, lifestyle content, brand partnerships, being chosen for opportunity, married to provider men, business backed by male investors, and soft launching businesses with built-in support. A lot of people will support you just based off your beauty. Look at how many celebrities or Instagram models that you know right now that have maximized their certain businesses and things that they have going on based on their status, their looks, and the things that they've taken care of. We can think about certain celebrities like India Love, who has become a social guru and has the ability to obtain millions of followers, grown her TikTok brand, grown her Instagram brand, managed to stay child-free, all while doing so and dating men of status that has gotten her to the next level. You can look at artists like Sweetie, who most people, they judge her based on her rap ability and saying that she's not a great rapper. However, Sweetie doesn't need to be necessarily a great rapper because she's so polished and she's so attractive. Most people want to look at her just based on her beauty, right? And she's maximized it by being attractive, becoming a celebrity, growing in her pockets because of her Looksmaxxing. Strategic women, they build slowly. They let people offer to them. They maintain their dignity and they have standards and softness. Wealth comes to women who are calm, selective, patient, and emotionally regulated. Wake up rich because your journal. You wake up rich because you've invested in your appearance, you created your environment, you chose your men wisely, and you removed struggle from your personality. Looksmaxxing is self-respect made visible. And these are just some warnings that I'm going to give you ladies, that I'm not pushing a message to you to just focus on your looks. I'm telling you to use your looks as leverage because beauty does fade. And so while you leverage your beauty, it is also important to build your emotional intelligence, learn financial literacy, maintain your independence, and protect your dignity. But beauty opens the door, character keeps you inside. So while we're Looksmaxxing, while we're taking care of our looks, while we're learning our face, we're learning what goes for us, growing our natural hair. Make sure to grow your natural hair. I love extensions. I wear extensions myself. I wear wigs myself. It just enhances and it adds a little razzle dazzle to your look. But you also want to make sure that when you take that off, that your hair is in great care. Like I said, your makeup, when you take it off, that your skin is still clear. You want to make sure that your natural nails are in health and you prioritize that as well. But you also want to make sure you have degrees, you have certifications, you have everything that you need. Make sure your business is intact and you have things going on and you leverage your beauty in the world. You don't have to shrink yourself for other people's approval. A lot of women, they like to Looksmax, or they would like to Looksmax their looks, or they want to be bold and pretty and be more proud and enduring about their looks, but they don't want to come off as too shallow, or, they have people in their circle that probably wouldn't feel comfortable if they outshine them or they outbeauty them, or, they like to hide themselves from social media and hide themselves from the world. And I'm here to tell you to not be afraid of being the villain. Don't be afraid of stepping outside of your comfort zone and use your beauty to your best of ability, because you don't want to go down the line and now you're in your late 30s or your late 40s and now you're thinking, wow, I really wish I maximized my looks when I was younger, or I really wish that I used my looks to my best ability while I had the time to. And that's not to say that you can't look max when you're older, because you definitely can. But if you're at a younger age right now and you're currently not living yourself to your best ability, or you're not maximizing your looks, or you're not taking care of yourself, you want to make sure that you do so. And if this video made you uncomfortable, good. Growth isn't cozy. If it made you feel seen, even better. Upgrade your looks, upgrade your mindset, upgrade your standards, and stop apologizing for wanting ease, luxury, and provision. If you look at certain women like Coco, if you look at certain women like Beyonce, although she is talented and she has her bag, she still has maximized her looks by making sure that her natural hair is on point, making sure that her skin is on point. She's with a man that is a billionaire, very wealthy, and she's used her looks to maximize herself and get herself through the door. We can go on and on about a lot of women that have maximized their looks who you don't know much about, such as Cuban Link on Instagram. Very smart girl. I believe that she's going to self-in lawyer, but she was able to maximize her looks, get herself around certain celebrities, tie herself with 50 Cent, and in order to tie herself to that also tied herself to status and etc. So I think that more women should maximize their looks and learn how to use their beauty to power to attain more opportunities, to get more job opportunities, to get put into doors that can help them grow their personal brand. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you, and see you next time.